Tonight, the star medical student fighting for life, the innocent victim of a teen's alleged rampage through Liverpool. The burger bar fight that started in the back room and ended up in court. Is the free ride over? The PM reviews travel rules as the expenses of another frontbencher are scrutinised. The famous parents of rapist Tom Silvagni break down after his victim details the night that ruined her life. The closest of calls at Carlingford, a man and child forced to watch as a trailer and truck come hurtling towards them. And why Benji Marshall admits he doesn't deserve the contract extension he's just got from the Tigers.
This is 9 News with Mark Burrows.
Good evening. Tonight, the face of an innocent victim of crime. Medical student Lydia Fa'amau from Campbelltown is fighting for life at Liverpool Hospital after being caught up in a shocking police pursuit crash. The 21-year-old was one of 4 people injured when a teenager allegedly slammed into a stolen ute into 4 cars.
A star medical student.
I do a Bachelor of Medical Science at Western Sydney University, Parramatta South Campus.
And proud author.
How much I love literature.
Lydia Fa'amau was destined for a bright future, her dream to help people.
I've stayed within the medicine career path and the medicine field. It's something that I strive to achieve. It's just something that speaks so deep to me.
Tonight, the 21-year-old's life is in the balance at Liverpool Hospital, an innocent victim of an alleged police pursuit. A 17-year-old boy on bail and accused of being behind the wheel of a stolen ute when it smashed into Lydia and her 2 friends as they drove down the Hume Highway in their BMW sedan.
Well, firstly, can I say my heart goes out to her, and I do hope that she makes a full recovery, and I'm sure that her family are around her.
Lydia celebrated her 21st birthday in September, dancing the night away with loved ones. Lydia's siblings, her mum and dad tonight by her side, the family receiving messages of support from friends, sending prayers and love, everyone holding out hope for their brightest star.
I'm hoping to move into Doctor of Medicine when I graduate my Bachelor.
James Wilson, 9 News.
To breaking news, and celebrity crocodile wrangler Matt Wright has just learned his punishment after being found guilty of attempting to pervert the course of justice following a fatal helicopter crash in 2022. Live now to Kiri Blinkensop in Darwin. And Kiri, what is his sentence?
Well, about 15 minutes ago, Matt Wright learned that he will be spending Christmas behind bars. He was sentenced to a 10-month prison sentence with a minimum of 5 months to serve, and also handed a $5,000 fine. He showed little emotional reaction as Acting Justice Alan Blow delivered that sentence. Earlier, he was silent and stoic as he walked into court, surrounded by a large group of supporters, including his wife, Kaya. She is pregnant with their 3rd child. Mr. Wright, are you concerned that you're going to be remanded by the judge today? Now, the prosecution had argued that Matt Wright should serve an actual term of imprisonment. The defence, though, said that a wholly suspended sentence or an intensive community corrections order would have been appropriate. But ultimately, Acting Justice Blow sided with the prosecution. He decided that Matt Wright did need to serve time behind bars. He also referred to the callousness shown by Wright in urging pilot Sebastian Robinson to falsify the flight records when he'd just woken up for a coma. That did relate to charge 2 of attempting to pervert the course of justice. He said that the offending was so serious it warranted an actual term of imprisonment. We do know, though, that Matt Wright has already filed an application to appeal his guilty verdict.
OK, Kiri, thank you. It's been an expensive day in federal politics, with hundreds of millions of dollars shelled out to save 1,000 blue-collar jobs. Tens of billions more is on offer to end a bitter standoff with the states and territories over hospital funding. But the Albanese government is demanding premiers do more to contain their spending.
Thunderstruck among towers of metal.
We're here, like AC/DC engines.
Showering cash on Tomago aluminium in the form of subsidised energy supply.
To make sure that your future is as secure as it should be.
Tomago is the nation's single biggest user of electricity. Snowy Hydro poised to power it.
A long-term power purchasing agreement that delivers security at the right price for Tomago.
Good luck with that.
The right price not on the table for state health ministers to sign a new funding deal with the Commonwealth. $23 billion, not enough, they say.
It does not meet the needs of Australians.
People being able to access hospital care in a timely fashion.
3,000 beds are blocked by people who should be in aged care or NDIS services.
What's the number of beds patients won't be able to access next year if we don't address this issue as quickly as possible?
These are older Australians who have paid their taxes, who deserve to be able to get a place in federal aged care system.
It'll now be down to the Prime Minister and Premiers to thrash out a 5-year deal. Anthony Albanese wants it sorted by Christmas. If states hold out, the offer will need sweetening.
Ultimately, this deal has to be landed. We have to get certainty.
Andrew Probyn, 9 News.
And National Affairs Editor Andrew Probyn joins us live. Andrew, the Prime Minister has now asked for a parliamentary review of the entitlements.
Yes, Mark. Anthony Albanese's asked for the review after having his worst week since the May election. What began with some questionable spending by Minister Annika Wells has become a bigger scandal that casts a shadow over all MPs, which is unfair because most of them use entitlements judiciously. But the PM allowed this to fester by not recognising public fury at taxpayer money being spent on birthday catch-ups, family holidays and weekend getaways. He says the Expenses Authority will look at the system, but this authority only enforces rules written by government, rules already so lax they allow abuse. Probably the wrong mob to review it, Mark.
Andrew, thank you. Well, multi-millionaire businessman Sam Mustaka brought the famed Wahlburgers fast food chain to Australia. But it was a backroom brawl with an employee that's landed him with a criminal record. A court has released video of the confrontation as the burger bar owner takes on a new fight to clear his name.
A burger restaurant owner and his bartender behind the scenes at the Circular Quay Wahlburgers store. It's clear these two men have some serious beef.
You don't do what you're told, you don't follow instructions, so you don't smile. Mate, pack your now and leave and go to me for unfair dismissal and I'll see you in court.
Boss Sam Mustaka serves marching orders.
Is that what you want? No, it's because you're unemployable, that's what you are in this country. Unemployable. How so? Mate, I will bury you in this stuff.
John Paul Kalman, unhappy with what's being dished up, pulls out his phone to capture the confrontation. Mustaka rips it from his hands, and that's when the backroom blow-up turns physical. The employer is placed in a headlock by his employee, the men wrestling onto the ground, rolling amongst bins and boxes. Vision of the 2022 brawl released by a court to 9 News after the highly successful businessman recently wound up with a criminal record.
Mr Mustaka's threat to see his former worker in court backfired. He was found guilty of 2 counts of common assault. This week he lodged an appeal against his convictions and a 12-month good behaviour order.
Sam Mustaka is the CEO of United Cinemas, who brought the famous Wahlburgers chain to Australia in 2021.
A quick shout out to our team in Australia, the Mustaka family.
Mark Wahlberg's man down under maintains he was acting in self-defence, declining to comment due to the ongoing fight to clear his name. Tiffany Genders, 9 News.
Former out-of-school care worker and police officer David James has admitted to filming the abuse of children under his watch at Sydney Centres. The 26-year-old today pleaded guilty to 12 charges and will face sentencing next year. AFL legend Stephen Silvagni and his wife Jo have launched a tearful defence of their son Tom, saying he's innocent and are vowing to clear his name. Today, his victim bravely confronted the convicted rapist in court, telling Silvagni he's ruined her life.
Two desperate parents putting on a united family front.
Joe and I, together with our family members and friends, are so disappointed with the outcome.
Stephen and Joe Silvagni do not accept their son Tom is a convicted rapist.
Our son continues to maintain his innocence, and we stand firmly behind him.
The Silvagnis remained outside the courtroom today as Tom Silvagni's victim bravely took to the stand, confronting the man she says ruined her life. Tom Silvagni, you raped me, not once but twice. You know this, I know this, and now so does everyone else. The young woman's hands shook as she detailed how Silvagni violated her one night in January last year in a dark bedroom at the Silvagni's home while he pretended to be another male friend, then repeatedly lied when the victim figured out it was him in the dark. You were my friend, someone I thought I could trust, the woman said through tears, as Silvagni showed no reaction. No matter how many times I told you to stop, you didn't. Leading to almost 2 years of pain, including PTSD, and even guilt about how coming forward with the truth would impact the Silvagni family. Tom Silvagni's lawyers argued prison will be harder for him because of his mental health issues exacerbated by the media attention. But there's no doubt he is going to jail. The only question now is for how long? He's currently already in lockdown in custody, 23 hours a day, and will be sentenced on Wednesday. But already his famous parents are considering mounting an appeal.
Our goal is to clear his name and bring him home. We ask for our privacy and to be respectful. We're very grateful for our ongoing support and our family.
But for now, the guilty verdict stands. Tom Silvagni's victim says she is determined to take back control of her life. My tears are from happiness and relief, knowing I've finally gotten the justice I deserve. Eliza Rugg, 9 News.
A lucky near miss for two pedestrians in Carlingford, escaping the carnage after a sedan clipped a semi-trailer which ploughed into a car and trailer. The incident happened on Pennant Hills Road last week. The 19-year-old driver of the sedan was taken to hospital. Nobody else was injured. Well, flu cases across Australia have exploded in the past 3 months despite the warmer weather. Health reporter Gabriella Rogers explains what's driving the unusual trend.
Usually this time of year, emergency departments here in Australia see fewer cases of the flu, and countries in the Northern Hemisphere bear the brunt with the onset of winter. But the past 3 months have seen significantly higher cases of influenza. This quarter so far, there have been more than 84,000 reports of the flu compared to 20,000 for the same period last year.
Very unusual. Over 80,000 cases this quarter so far, which is more than 4 times what we saw last year and much greater than what we saw previously in 2019, for example, where it was just over 15,000.
This unusually long flu season is being driven by influenza A. In particular, there's a new variant called subclade K. The World Health Organisation says since August, this new variant has risen rapidly in Australia and is now in more than 34 countries. It says there's no evidence it leads to more severe disease, although in the UK, hospitals are already treating record numbers.
That certainly seems to be what we're seeing. A lot of reports out of the UK at the moment with a dramatic increase in hospitalisations, which is one indicator of potential severities.
Local health authorities say it's not too late to get vaccinated. Stay home if you're sick and wear a mask if you need to head out.
You'll need to plan ahead if you're Christmas shopping in the city this weekend, with Town Hall Station closing for essential track work. City Circle trains will only run in one direction, stopping at Central, Museum, St James, Circular Quay and Wynyard. The best way to get to the area is via the Metro to Gadigal Station or on the light rail. Well, a busy festive season is in store for Sydney Airport. It's forecasting 5.8 million travellers will pass through from today until the 26th of January. 3.14 million of them travelling domestically. Internationally, 2.7 million passengers are forecast to travel. That's up 6.5%. The busiest day for international travel will be the 3rd of January. Well, Sydney has gone Gaga. Lady Gaga tonight kicking off the first of 2 shows at Accor Stadium. Alison Petrowski is there. Ali, this has been a long time coming.
11 years of waiting, Mark. Good evening to you. A little rain is not going to deter these little monsters, many of them dressed to the nines. Gates opened about half an hour ago. We've seen, Mark, some incredible outfits streaming through Homebush this evening. 70,000 concert goers expected here at Accor Stadium tonight. Another 70,000 tomorrow. Our tourism industry is calling it the Gaga boom. We've seen a huge spike in numbers, a big demand in hotel rooms in Sydney this weekend. Our industry experts putting it down to the Gaga effect. Lady Gaga herself has been doing a sound check. That's why the gates were a little slow in opening this evening. But some of her superfans gathered here from dawn this morning.
I have been here since 6 a.m. I decided to come in as a concert angel, so I got these wings back here.
I've been to Melbourne, so Melbourne I did 11 p.m. the night before, but today I was a little bit lazy, got my beauty sleep. I got here at 7:30 in the morning. And when she plays Born This Way, it just speaks to my soul.
Now, as I said, Mark, we've seen some wonderful outfits this evening. I have Nick with me. Nick, tell me, walk me through this outfit.
Well, I just was actually walking past. This is what I wear every day, and I just saw these people. I'm like, what is this event? And someone gave me a ticket, and here I am.
I'm sure this is inspired by the lady herself, right?
Of course, we love Lady Gaga, and one of my favourite moments of her career is the meat dress, hence the meat outfit that I've assembled today. I actually assembled it on the train as I was on the way here.
Well, you've done remarkably well. You look wonderful. 70,000 people tonight, 70,000 tomorrow, and another 30,000 tomorrow too, because the Wiggles are next door, and also an epic dance party as well. So if you're coming tomorrow, Mark, you need to plan ahead because it is going to be bedlam, but plenty of public transport options for you. Check Transport New South Wales to get the best route for you. Mark?
It's a big night. Ali, thank you. Well, Ken Marslew, the grief-stricken father turned victims advocate, has died aged 81. He founded anti-violence movement Enough is Enough after his 18-year-old son Michael was murdered during an armed robbery in 1994 at Janali, south of Sydney. The organisation today saying his legacy of courage and compassion would continue to shine brightly. Well, time now for a check of the day's weather, and it's good evening, Belinda.
Evening, Mark. A muggy day for Sydney with the cloudy conditions hanging around all day. A southwestern suburbs receiving the highest rainfall with a storm rolling through this afternoon. Holsworthy Barracks recording 40 millimetres, Little Bay and Wedderburn picking up more than 30. So far only 2 millimetres for the city, but the Bureau says there's still the chance of a shower or storm this evening. Right now there's a severe thunderstorm warning for these areas with heavy rainfall, large hail and damaging winds possible over the next several hours. Top temperatures today up to 6 degrees below the December average. The city only making it to 22.7 and 23.6 in our west, but temperatures will heat up again this weekend. I'll be back with the latest forecast after sport, Mark.
Belinda, see you soon. Well, the social media platform legally challenging the government's under-16 ban. That story next. Also, Brittany Higgins' legal saga takes a bitter turn. Controversial internet star Bonnie Blue booted and banned from Bali. It's a Christmas miracle. Customer outrage forces David Jones to get back into the festive spirit. And you're going to need a bigger boat. Shark chasers reel in catch of the year. Seven teenagers have been charged over this brawl at Broadway Shopping Centre on Wednesday. 16 and 15-year-old boys were arrested at Glebe, and another 15-year-old boy was arrested at Newtown Police Station yesterday. Another 4 were arrested today. It's finally over. Adult content creator Bonnie Blue is tonight being deported from Bali, a court finding her guilty of a traffic offence. It brings to an end an 8-day saga involving more than a dozen Australians.
A smile and a wave hello.
How are you? Hello, Bonnie. What are you feeling?
But now it's goodbye to Bonnie Blue, blacklisted from Bali.
Hey, Bonnie.
Hi, boys.
Hi.
The adult content creator, no stranger to the cameras, looking unfazed as she arrived at Denpasar District Court. Her accomplice, Queensland-based comedian Julian Woods.
What is the charge? A succulent Chinese meal?
But the time for joking was over. The conclusion swift. The court today finding Bonnie Blue guilty of a traffic violation, convicted of improperly using her ute. Seen here on social media cruising the streets picking up young men. The fine, a measly 19 Aussie dollars. But that was hardly the point. Deported and given a 10-year ban. This, the final act of a sordid story. It all started just over a week ago. Police raiding a studio, detaining Bonnie Blue and 14 Australians, also impounding the infamous ute. The investigation focused on an alleged breach of the country's decency laws. No evidence was found she or anyone else was making pornography, but Balinese authorities wanted her out anyway. They threw the book at her, days of questioning garnering global attention. Eventually, it was decided that by filming other content, the adult star had breached her tourist visa.
Are you ready to go back to your country?
Tonight, the circus is finally rolling out of town. Bali saying bye-bye to Bonnie Blue. Matt Cannellan, 9 News.
Online discussion forum Reddit has filed a High Court challenge to the Albanese government's social media ban for under-16s. The platform claims the ban infringes on teenagers' implied right of political communication. It's the second legal challenge to the laws and separate to a bid being spearheaded by the Digital Freedom Project group. The High Court is yet to decide if it will take up the case. Brittany Higgins has been declared bankrupt months after being ordered to pay her former boss, Linda Reynolds, defamation damages. The former Liberal senator argued that Ms Higgins' social media posts trashed her reputation after they were critical of how she handled allegations of rape by Bruce Lehrmann. Lehrmann recently lost a high-profile appeal as judges doubled down that he raped Brittany Higgins at Parliament House. Well, a backflip from David Jones today, admitting the decision to ditch its traditional festive window display has fallen short of expectations. The retail giant instead been promoting its rewards program and several luxury fashion labels. DJs has hinted the traditional display could return next year. A monster shark has been caught off one of Queensland's most popular beaches. There were surfers still in sight when the 4.1 metre tiger shark was pulled in off Snapper Rocks on the Gold Coast. This one was caught on a baited drum line and is one of 11 tiger sharks caught in the area this year. Well, weight loss jabs are flooding the market, but now an experimental drug is proving to help shift kilos and reduce symptoms of arthritis. Those details next. The Australian professor who's now a Nobel Prize winner. And a tradie's simple mistake creates a very big problem. Well, dramatic results for experimental obesity drug retatrutide with large-scale human trials, finding it led to much more weight loss than any drug currently on the market. Those who injected 12 milligram doses lost an average of 32 kilos in just over a year, and there's a double benefit. Participants on that dose reported a reduction in knee pain. The United States has suggested Ukraine withdraw from Donbass and create a special economic zone in the region to achieve peace with Russia. Territorial concessions remain as the top sticking point for Ukrainians, with President Zelensky maintaining Putin has no desire to stop the war.
I thought that we were very close with Russia to having a deal. I thought we were very close with Ukraine to having a deal. You're cutting up land in a certain way. It's not the easiest thing. It's sort of like a complex real estate deal times 1,000.
Ukraine has now sent the US an updated 20-point plan. The 22-year-old charged with killing MAGA influencer Charlie Kirk has smiled for the cameras during his first in-court appearance. Tyler Robinson's lawyers are now arguing for the media to be banned from the courtroom against the wishes of Kirk's widow.
Alleged assassin Tyler Robinson arrived at court in a convoy featuring an armoured SWAT truck. Inside the Utah courtroom, he was smiling with his legal team. The 22-year-old looking relaxed for someone who could face the death penalty for the alleged murder of conservative political commentator Charlie Kirk. This was Robinson's first in-person court appearance, but there'll be many more in the coming months.
Court is now in session.
The The judge was deliberating on media access to the impending trial. Erica Kirk, the slain MAGA influencer's widow, among those pushing for cameras to be permitted.
We strongly need to have cameras in the courtroom.
We don't want the chaos that is out in the media in this courtroom. So whatever this court can do to prevent that is what we're asking.
The judge yet to decide, but Robinson has been allowed to wear civilian clothes rather than prison overalls after a successful push by his legal team. The FBI claims he killed Kirk with a single shot, firing from a rooftop as the 32-year-old debated students at Utah Valley University in September. He'd allegedly become increasingly angry about Kirk's right-wing views.
I don't need closure. I don't need understanding. Evil's evil. I don't have any questions for him. I don't.
There was a major manhunt. Robinson finally arrested after his father and a family friend urged him to hand himself in. Today, his parents and brother were in court to support him. In the United States, Reid Butler, 9 News.
A colossal blast has ripped through a suburb in California, a fireball erupting metres into the air, sending debris flying. It decimated a home, injuring 6 people. The underground gas explosion occurring hours after a construction crew damaged a pipe in the San Francisco Bay Area. The winner of Eurovision 2024 has handed back their trophy to protest Israel's participation in next year's song competition. In a statement, the Swiss artist Nemo said, "I no longer feel this trophy belongs on my shelf." 5 countries are boycotting the 2026 event. Celebrity scam. Next, the AI predators using famous faces to try and steal your money. And forget Botox. Experts believe the fountain of youth can be found in dark chocolate. And speaking of youthful, Zach is here with sport. Benji Marshall locked in at the Tigers.
He is, Mark. It's a bid to provide some much-needed stability at the NRL's most chaotic club. But even Marshall admits he doesn't deserve the contract extension based on his results as a coach so far. They were opening partners for years, but does Dave Warner think Usman Khawaja should return to the top of Australia's batting order? And our stars of the pool ready to take on the world in a revolutionary new swimming event.
And a gloomy end to the working week, so will the sunshine be back this weekend? I'll have your latest forecast for you shortly.
The West Tigers have put all their hopes in the Benji Marshall basket, signing the coach to a new deal which keeps him at the club until 2030. The embattled club is desperate for stability, even if Benji himself concedes he doesn't deserve the extension.
A 3-year contract extension for Benji Marshall, not that he's in the mood for celebrating.
I didn't really want to have this, to be honest.
The head coach rattled by the Tigers' latest boardroom drama that saw independent directors deposed, then reinstated, and CEO Shane Richardson resign.
I was put off, if I'm being honest. I think the thing that you got to be real with is I'm like the fans. It's what's happened is such a shock.
Despite steady improvement under Marshall, he doesn't believe he deserves the extension.
I'll be honest, probably haven't done, or in terms of performance, deserved to have the extension. But if you look at the plan and the vision and the people we've brought in and where we're going and the improvements, you could probably beg to differ there.
The coach hopeful his re-signing will put his troubled Tigers back on track.
Stability for the players, stability for myself, so the noise goes away about you got to make the top 8 or you're getting the sack at the end of this year.
The external noise did get to several senior players, including captain Jerome Luai, who expressed his concerns to Marshall.
I sat down with Jerome at length about where we're going, and he's fully committed to the club. Like fully committed, and he copped a lot of flack for the clauses he had in his contract, and I'll be honest, those clauses are not going anywhere, but he's given his full commitment to our side, okay? And if there's anyone I trust in our team the most, it's that bloke.
Next on his agenda, locking down fullback Jareem Buller.
I'll be honest, you don't know with these decisions, but I am confident that he will stay, and we're doing everything possible to keep him.
His other off-season mission, convincing the club's long-suffering fans there will be plenty to celebrate on the field next season.
If you came in the building and you watched us train, the camaraderie here, you'll understand that we're all on the same page and we're fighting to make the top 8 and make a splash.
Nicole Dunn, 9 News.
Storm centre Nick Meaney has revealed he's in talks with the Perth Bears and would be open to a move west.
Still going through the process at the moment. What's best for my future and my family as well. You know, got to take care of 2 young kids and put them on the right path. So, hopefully, in the near future, have something set in stone, whether that's here or there or somewhere else as well. I'm not sure yet.
Meaney says he's caught up with Eli Katoa and hopes his Melbourne teammate will return to the game after sitting out next season. With both Rugby League and Union preparing for World Cups on home soil in the next 2 years, the CEO of Rugby New South Wales has made it very clear why he thinks juniors should flock to the 15-man code.
It just is a better game. It's a global game. So, I attract every young boy and girl out there to come join rugby and try it, because you can travel the world, you can play in World Cups and you can go to Olympic Games, which unfortunately NRL can't do.
Peter Murphy's plea comes in the wake of a new $10 million funding commitment from the Minns government for rugby clubs across the state. Usman Khawaja's former batting partner David Warner says the opener deserves another chance to extend his career in Adelaide. The 38-year-old has recovered from a back injury, but there remains concerns over his fitness and form heading into the third Ashes test.
Lime green today, baggy green next week. Captain Pat's Adelaide place is confirmed, but Usman Khawaja's is far from secure. Having overcome that back injury, questions over form and future remain.
It's not by chance he's in this position now. He's 38 years of age. He knows what's required.
Warner and Khawaja grew up together. The former teammates have had honest conversations.
Yeah, I've had breakfast with him and been on the phone to him. He's going fantastic. He's doing everything he can to manage his situation at the moment. I said to him, you've had a small glimpse of 10 years of what I've been through. And, it is tough. I can sit back now and say, did I play on too long? But they're questions that you can only answer, I reckon, probably 10, 15 years from now.
And when Khawaja does decide to retire...
Moving forward, Renshaw could be one, I think, who could slide straight back in there, who's had a taste of it. What I will say to George Bailey and the selectors, to show faith in a 31-year-old of Jake Weatherwood. I think the experience is key as well.
English import Sam Billings is back for another BBL. Just don't mention the Ashes.
Noosa, what's going on in Noosa? I was just saying to Trent, I was like, I didn't get the invite.
Despite being 2-0 down, the former Test keeper is understanding of the mid-series trip to Queensland's Sunshine Coast.
Top-level sport is all about mindset and mentality, and if that's the best way that certain individuals want to prepare, then, you can't fault them.
And I don't want to give them any credit, but when it's a long tour and 4 years in planning, it's very hard to manoeuvre 40 people when things are booked in. But at the end of the day, I'm not worried about what they do. I don't care, and I hope they lose.
Tom Murray, 9 News.
The Sydney Sixers WBBL season is over after they were defeated by the Perth Scorchers at North Sydney Oval. Batting first, the Scorchers posted 8 for 183 from their 20 overs. Beth Mooney top scoring again with 76. The Sixers' run chase fell 11 runs short. Perth into tomorrow night's final against the Hurricanes in Hobart. Fan favourite Roger Federer is heading back to Australia. The 6-time Melbourne Park champion will headline a new opening ceremony on January 17, the night before the Australian Open begins.
Hey everyone, I've been thinking, it's really cold here in Switzerland. I need to make a trip again and head back down under.
Smooth from Federer, who will take part in the Battle of the World number ones, an exhibition match with Leighton Hewitt, Pat Rafter and Andre Agassi. And some of Australia's best swimmers will hit the pool in Brisbane tonight in a unique teams competition against stars from around the world. Ariane Titmus is on the pool deck. Good evening, Ariane. How good is it to have some of our Olympic champions back in the water?
Hi Zach, it's going to be absolutely amazing to see them in action like we've never seen before. A 25-metre international competition based on points collation. We're going to see lots of different races, fan input. I can't wait.
So can you just tell us about that? No times matter tonight. It's all about those points.
So absolutely, every single event you can earn points in different ways, whether it's you earn double points through power play, the fans can pick which order you swim the medley in, or whether relays are freestyle relays or medley relays. The 400 metres you can get points for if you turn first at each 100, so it's going to be very strategic, very tactical, but a lot of fun. It's something we've never seen before and I can't wait.
Yeah, we can't wait either. Ariane, thank you. Mark, all the coverage live right here on 9 from 7:30.
Great. Zach, thank you. Well, ahead, the former big bank boss launching legal action to reclaim his missing millions. Also, the council fight to save a much-loved sports centre at Willoughby, set to be demolished by developers. And proof parking inspectors don't discriminate. The luxury car owners who broke the law and are paying a high price. NAB is sounding the alarm over a growing number of scams using AI-manipulated images of celebrities. One customer in particular lost most of her life savings to a predator masquerading as actor Kevin Costner.
Angus Murdoch is a NAB banker who saved a female customer in her 50s from losing her life savings.
She mentioned that she had been speaking to Kevin Costner and that she had to quickly transfer over around $100,000.
This time, the scammers failed. But every day, Australians are being tricked by AI.
Some people think that it's only videos or images or even audio clip, but it can be even live calls.
Websites enabling users to manipulate celebrity voices and images are booming. Fed up, Kevin Costner posted this warning on his personal social media.
Anybody that would think that I'm somehow communicating with you and you would be spending money, these are bad people.
Actress Rebel Wilson is the most commonly misused Australian celebrity, while Chris Hemsworth and Robert Irwin's identities have been used to promote fake crypto investment schemes.
In deepfakes, most of them, usually there is a blurring around the face, neck and the hairlines.
I think we have to be really sceptical of everything we see in a digital environment.
If you do lose your money to scammers, the bank warns it is very difficult to get it back, particularly if it's invested in crypto or transferred overseas.
We're talking about really sophisticated transnational organised crime networks. That money disappears sometimes within minutes.
Justine Conway, 9 News.
Former ANZ boss Shane Elliott is suing after being stripped of millions of dollars in bonuses. It came as the share market saw its biggest rise in 3 weeks. Here's Brett McLeod.
After 10 years as CEO, Shane Elliott parted company with ANZ earlier this year, shortly before the bank was fined a record $240 million over scandals, including charging dead customers. The bank also axed his $13.5 million in bonuses, which Mr Elliott felt was going too far. He says the bank has breached his contract. ANZ said, "See you in court." The rising tide on the share market lifted all major banks today. CBA with the biggest gain. The local market surging more than 1% at the open after the US Federal Reserve announced a rate cut. Closing out 3 weeks in a row of local share market rises for the first time since August. And our dollar had small gains against the major currencies.
Thanks, Brett. Taking a look at the price of unleaded petrol across Sydney tonight, the average is $1.86 a litre, but you can find it cheaper at Earlwood, located on Homer Street. Petrol also cheap on Smithfield Road in Prairie Wood. Few people need encouragement to eat chocolate, but a new study from London's King's College has found dark chocolate could keep you young biologically. Researchers looked at the chemical theobromine, the compound which makes the treat bitter and best known for being toxic to cats and dogs. In humans, though, it has anti-aging properties for DNA. Squash players in North Sydney say they fear for the future of the sport, with the biggest facility left soon to be bulldozed. It's game and match for the Willoughby Squash Centre, the club now desperately trying to secure another site to play on.
A Friday afternoon hit between mates.
It's about the fitness levels, the skill, the people that you play with.
There were once many places these players could go, but not anymore. Squash courts in Sydney going the way of bowling greens.
Facilities are becoming less and less as property prices went up. You know, one squash court is 3 one-bedroom apartments.
And the Willoughby Squash Centre is next on the chopping block. A court ruling a developer can demolish it to build a childcare centre.
Willoughby's been here for 48 years. We're the only doubles courts in Sydney. So losing a facility of this size is going to have a dramatic impact.
And the loss of the facilities isn't the only problem. There's the rise of competing games.
Pickleball certainly is a great. I think that's a great sport. This is a lot more physical.
Despite the hits the sport has taken in recent years, the club here says membership is still strong and even growing.
We get a few thousand people a week that come through here. You know, we've got 8 local schools that come in.
And it's expected interest will be boosted by the sport's inclusion in the Olympics for the first time.
We're gearing up for the LA28. We've got developing talent coming through in the world ranks.
But they'll need somewhere to train. For this club, their best hope now is with Willoughby Council and its ability to offer an alternative venue.
I've been in discussions, with the mayor and with the general manager. Really, we just want a fair go, the same as soccer, cricket, AFL, rugby and everything else.
Elizabeth Bryan, 9 News.
An Australian talent has been handed the most prestigious award in science at a glittering ceremony in Stockholm. Sweden's King presenting Professor Richard Robson the Nobel Prize in Chemistry. He and his colleagues were recognised for developing technology that can help tackle challenges such as climate change and a lack of fresh water. UK police are on the hunt after a heist at the Bristol Museum just a few weeks before the Louvre was famously targeted. A group of criminals raided the archives in England's southwest, stealing more than 600 artefacts of significant cultural value. These 4 men were captured on CCTV in the area. Officers hope they can lead to the recovery of the items, which include carved figurines, military memorabilia and jewellery. Well, Time magazine's Person of the Year for 2025 is not an individual, but instead the group of billionaires behind the boom of artificial intelligence. Meta's Mark Zuckerberg, X's Elon Musk and OpenAI's Sam Altman were among those chosen for the cover. They were chosen for their efforts in integrating AI into everyday life. Luxury is not above the law. That's the message London's Westminster City Council is driving home by removing illegally parked supercars near a hotel in Mayfair. A Saudi-registered $500,000 Rolls-Royce among those that are being picked up. Apparently, parking fines were not a sufficient deterrence as the vehicle's owners are so wealthy. Coming up, Belinda with the weekend weather.
Thanks, Mark. No rain over Sydney right now, but the Bureau says we could still get a shower or storm this evening. Right now it's 20 degrees in the city and 22 in our west. So will the sunshine return for the weekend? The forecast is next. Hello again. Moody skies over our city today. The cloudy weather bringing a few showers. Sydney's southwest receiving the highest rainfall with a storm rolling through this afternoon. Really muggy conditions as well. The humidity sitting above 80% for most of the day, dropping off once the southeasterlies picked up this afternoon. Top temperatures up to 6 degrees below the December average. Most suburbs peaking at 23, including the city, but the steamy conditions making it feel a few degrees warmer than that. That humid and unstable air mass bringing severe thunderstorms to eastern parts of New South Wales. This is the latest warning from the Bureau. Heavy rainfall, large hail and damaging winds possible in these regions over the next few hours. Newcastle recording 21 millimetres today, its wettest December day in 9 years. And tomorrow the Bureau is expecting more showers and possible storms across the state. A slow-moving trough lying over the northern inland, while a high in the Tasman continues to drive moisture to eastern parts. Around the country, a fine day ahead for Brisbane. Brisbane with a top of 29. 27 for Canberra with showers and a possible afternoon storm. Melbourne also in for a shower or two, and 26. Back home, and this is where the Bomb's expecting those scattered showers and storms, clearing in the west later in the day. Severe thunderstorms possible about the southern and central inland. Cooler temperatures in those areas. Wagga and Griffith about 5 or 6 degrees below the monthly average. Hot winds bringing warmer weather to the northwest though. Burke reaching 38. Sydney also starting to warm up again. Light winds and a mostly sunny day with a medium chance of showers, most likely in the afternoon and evening. Up to 6 millimetres forecast for our west and 0 to 5 millimetres for the city with the chance of a storm. Some of our western suburbs hitting the low 30s, a top of 27 for the city. Sunday will be our hottest day this weekend, reaching 31 in the city with a shower or two, most likely early in the morning, then a gusty southerly change arriving late in the evening, bringing a much cooler day on Monday, a top of 22, cloudy and 23 on Tuesday, then warming up again at the end of the week. Our west hitting the mid-30s on Sunday with partly cloudy skies, 24 and a possible shower on Monday, cool and cloudy on Tuesday, fine and 29 on Wednesday, then hitting the mid to high 30s on Thursday and Friday. Hopefully that sunshine sticking around for next weekend too, Mark.
Fingers crossed. Belinda, thank you. That is Nine News for this Friday. Deb Knight is next with a current affair. I'm Mark Burrows. Thanks for being with us. Good night.